scholars. I just got out of the shower and I earlier did my taxes finally. And this is the first time I had to do taxes for YouTube. And apparently it doesn't pull your taxes out of your paycheck from YouTube. So I said I owed over $1,000 and I almost shat myself. And then I found out you could add any expenses that you spent for your business because it's considered a business. And I was like, okay. So I listed everything I bought. And apparently I spent over $2,000 worth of stuff. So it dropped it down to $500. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's better than $1,000 right out my ass. Anyways, this is the part where I start begging you guys. I can't afford McDonald's anymore. Please, guys. YouTube's not covering my bills anymore. I need money for McDonald's. I'm starting an OnlyFans where I only show you my magic card collection. Please subscribe. Give me your money. I can't show you my titties, but I'll show you my magic card titties. I'm sorry. I'm just being an asshole, but it's kind of funny how recently with some of the YouTubers we've reacted to have had the most privileged and just entitled mindset. But you know who isn't entitled, and I really enjoy most of their mindset. What a segue, right? Clyde. I like Clyde. We reacted to Clyde before Marathon came out, and during the slam, he gave his opinions. And then apparently I saw on Twitter, he's like, I changed my mind. I like Marathon. Essentially, I'm putting it in my words, not his. And I was okay, fair. You can like it. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say you're wrong for liking it. I've never said that you're wrong for liking Marathon, and that still rings true. But apparently, Cryo Archive has made him quit. And I'm interested if he actually played it to hear his mindset, because he's usually very fair and critical. And he's not going to sit there and deep throat Bungie and then sit there and, he's going to give a fair take. And so me personally, I want to listen to someone who's going to give a very fair take, but is not afraid to be critical. So let's see what Clyde has to say about Cryo Archive.
To talk about Cryo Archive. You got to give Bungie credits. This is probably one of the craziest maps that I've ever played in any game, and definitely hands down one of the craziest maps we've probably seen in any extraction shooter, because everybody,
I think this is true. Even labs is hard, not because it necessarily the challenges in the map. I mean, the AI is probably harder, to be honest, but it's very, very tight. It's very just like our Cryo Archive to an extent, but they don't have the puzzles that Cryo has. But I would say that I have not played 100% of Arc Raiders to make that distinction, but I'm going to assume just for people who have played it that I've also talked about Marathon, that this is probably the most extensive extraction shooter map we have seen, which is why it's really fucking stupid. It's only for a weekend.
He's talking about it, but man, talk about a rough. When you get kills like this, when you map people with shotguns from 20 meters away, it's like, man, that's insane. It feels good, right? No, it feels terrible, because then you get crapped on by shotguns and nades and melees and drones. That's
welcome to Halo 3 again.
I feel like this map is,
guys, welcome to Halo 3.
Just way too sophisticated for this game. And what I mean by that is it's hard, man. I feel like if you're not playing with PvP gods, you're never gonna be able to experience this map as it's supposed to be played, because
if you're not playing with a well-coordinated team, which I don't believe Labs is the same way. And what he's specifically talking about is he's talking about to the puzzles. If you were just playing the map to play the map, I'm sure you'd be fine, right? I think you could rat and camp out, but if you're trying to do the thing, I don't think you're gonna be as successful.
There's a lot of things you have to do to get to the compiler boss, and I'll be talking about that soon. But just loading into the map with a kit that is 5k, you might be like, oh, well, 5k is not that bad. Well, if you load in with like blue shields and like you don't even have a shotgun on, you're just gonna get destroyed. Now, there is easy ways to play this map. You can just get Dirty Clearance 3 and extract and trying to avoid teams at all costs. What's the point of that? You can do that on any map. You can go on Outpost, you can go on Pinwheel, and you can farm stuff. And I kind of feel like they should have launched this map sooner. And let me explain why. I have about 115 hours in the game. And I'm season rank 81, and I feel like I wasted my time. And what I mean by this is these marathon keys, right? If Bungie would have released Cryo Archive a little sooner, as we were getting these keys, we could have turned them in the Cryo Archive, because it's RNG with these key rooms. And what I mean by that is if you go into your codex, you need these AI subroutines. These are RNG. So as soon as you got a key in the game, you could go into Cryo Archive and try and turn your key in to get this subroutine. If you don't get all 6 subroutines, you can't go fight the boss. You need someone with a DNA access key once they've done all 6 subroutines to do a boss run. And to do a boss run, I'll explain that in a second. Today we ran on a subpar kit. We were on like blue shields, blue backpacks and stuff, and we killed a team that had Cryo 2. Well, I ran out of keys yesterday that had number 2 on them because we just got destroyed. And we did open Vault 2 today, and I did get the AI subroutine, and everybody in the team got it. It was only one team we went up against today that had a key on them. Nobody's bringing keys. People are just running the map for loot, and I feel like that's...
And I think that's going to happen more and more, especially for people who just... The people who feel like they're never going to see the boss are just going to go for the loot. Why should I give a shit about trying to go against the compiler if I can rat and nuke people who are bringing in stuff to kill the compiler? Or even better, if they have shit from the compiler, like the new, I'm going to call it exotic beam rifle. That's pretty much what it is. I could just steal that off their dudes because they're bringing it in to fight the boss, because apparently it does bonus damage against the boss, or does good damage at least. That's how I would do it.
Just not the purpose of the map. It's supposed to be end game, right? You're supposed to be going for the boss, but like, I don't care who you are. Like, maybe I'm just not good enough. And again, I'm not sitting here trying to like give excuses or whine in this video, but I feel like it's way too hard for what the game is. I hate to say these words, you guys could roast me for it, but dude, this map with the boss fight should be like a PvE mode. It wouldn't work for this game because it's an extraction, but it's just crazy to me that Bungie made such a good map and such a cool atmosphere, how you have to get security clearance.
This map wants to do everything. It wants to be the everything map. It wants to be the dungeon like PvE content, but also being the hardcore labs of Tarkov. And it wants to marry it together. And the problem is when you marry these two distinct situations, both of them, which are very end game, you are only going to have the top percent. And you're always going to have the people that says, well, everyone shouldn't be able to do it. And I just don't think that mindset works anymore. That mindset might have worked back in 2000 when people were trying to get higher in the rank on Halo 3 or something like that. That mindset no longer works, because if people feel like they can no longer earn or participate in something or have the opportunity to see the cool thing, they're going to cheat, pay someone else to do it, or they're going to, return the game, and or they're just not going to play anymore. And that's all those above are just bad for the ecosystem of your game.
To hit certain zones and get certain collectibles and get valuables and key doors and spawn the boss. But for everybody to do that in one run is nearly impossible for the community. Only about 5% of the players are going to be able to even experience the boss fight. Now, I know you guys might be like, hey, you could just do one of these keys a week and then maybe fight the boss in a few weeks from now. You're going to keep losing, though. It's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. The community is kind of out.
The longer the season goes, the better shit people get, especially going to Cryo. It's going to just be that's how it is in all extraction shooters. Let's just be very clear. As the season goes on, people will get better and better shit. But I'm going to use Tarkov. Tarkov is like the pinnacle of extraction shooters to me, because it truly is. You could go against kitted people and still, 0 to hero them. You can you can take on a team and get some lucky headshots, even with them having the best shit. You can still have those moments of, holy shit, I can't believe that happened. I got so lucky, versus, oh shit, everyone has gold everything, and I'm just here with a no shield Andy, and I'm just getting clapped. There's nothing I can do. And Marathon really does not provide any opportunities for that hero moments unless you already are, shimmering to go against other people. Like, very rarely do you get to have those hero moments unless you're good. You get a great flank or they're weak. If you went 1v3 against fully kitted gold shields, 9 out of 10 times you are going to lose.
Raging about this whole RNG stuff, and Ziegler here, the game director, literally tweeted today, and he said main topics that we're going to talk about is scheduling, options for players who can't play on weekends, talking about cryo, and then solos. Is there a way to play this map without joining a crew? And then subroutines. Can subroutines be more guaranteed as a drop?
I think these are all three of these are probably the fairest criticisms about this map. And if you can fix this, I think the population with a marathon, people will stay. I think these three things are what's causing people to give up and not participate in marathon anymore. They've seen the end game, they don't like it, they're leaving, and they will leave. Especially if you are essentially saying, "Oh, you want to play? Fuck you. You don't get to play because it's only weekends." Subroutines. This is just, I don't understand who thought that random RNG. Why is that a thing? This should never be a thing. Like, randomly getting the items that you need being completely random is awful design. And then solos, there's no reason at all why. There's a zero zip reason to not have solos. Tarkov, the pinnacle of hardcore extraction shooters, literally has the ability to go in solos with labs. Now, you're most likely going to face teams of 3 that could clap your cheeks. Or you could get lucky, like I said, but it's at your own risk and at your own time. As long as you have a card key, you get to go into it.
Vaults. And then this is where it gets worse. Any of these may take some time to figure out, so I can't guarantee quick solutions here, but we'll definitely discuss these topics as a team this week. That just kind of tells me that you shouldn't spend any keys because you might only have a couple of keys. Why spend them now and go through the RNG when you can just wait? I feel like this is going to hurt this game a lot, and people just aren't going to want to play anymore because to me, it's like, I want to go fight the boss, but it's like, I don't want to just call up the Avengers and be like, hey, I need 2 PvP gods to clear the
What? You don't want to have to phone friends, like only the sweats have access to? You don't want to call up, John Smith, John Wick? You don't want to call them down?
Lobby for me so we can go fight the boss, because you can do that, like the boss doesn't even have a lot of health. Like, I want to show you a damage phase here from
the boss. If you really look, like, the hardest part is just not dying to it, but the boss really isn't that tanky. Like, it is when I said it was a dungeon, I retract that statement. It is like a lost sector with extra steps. That's how weak this guy is. He's literally a lost sector boss.
Sweat.
Or if you play Destiny.
I just watched Sweat fight the boss, and they roll in with machine guns, and all you have to do is interact with this panel and get 3 same symbols. So you just call out like, hey, we're going for X this time. And as soon as you get it off, this machine gun strat's kind of nice. You wait for the bubble to pop up. You stand in the boss's bubble. You have everybody focus on the boss's chest and shoot the orbs. As soon as he opens like that, you don't need to stand in the bubble no more. You throw an EMP, and then you just blast machine gun. They almost killed him in this one damage phase because they all had machine guns on. That's what Panda said in the clip. He's like, yo, we almost killed him. And they ended up just killing him a second run. Now they do have 10 minutes left, but like, dude, it's...
by the way, I don't think it should be more intense, by the way. I think this is a fair balance, especially if you have other people who roll up. I don't know if they can roll up behind you, but if you've made your way to the 7th vault, it shouldn't be immediately like slap, you're dead. It would be a feel bad. So I feel like the boss is very achievable for any team. It's getting there that's the problem.
A god run. You got to do a god run like that to get the kill, but it's worth it, right? But also what people don't realize is to get to the boss to do that, you need tons of batteries, you need security clearance, and the most important thing at the end is extra batteries after you kill the boss. As you see here in the room, when they go and kill the boss, there's an extra room that you can go down the hallway and you can loot this room if you have more battery. That gives the boss weapon on the ground in the normal room. So right when you kill the boss, you go into the loot room and there's a whole bunch of golds, backpacks, gold weapons, weapons, you name it, and the boss weapon. This is like a cryo laser weapon. So there's one on the ground, but if you open the back room, it gives you 2 more. So everybody in the fire team gets the weapon. I seen Snazzy Rock's tweet. He said this weapon is really good against the boss, but
it
again,
is,
the boss doesn't have a lot of health. Some of you might think that Bungie did say that these Cryo Archive vaults had raid mechanics. It was just match the symbol. Let's be honest here. It wasn't like
yes, thank you. It's literally match the symbol. If you like people, it's such a gaslight. Guys, match the symbol. Holy shit, it's the witness.
Bungie's finest raid mechanics, but it's really cool. And like
it is cool. I think these are 2 different topics. People overhyping something that's not even close to what a fucking raid boss is, or even raid, but it's still cool because it's like, I think Arc Raiders fighting a big ass Arc boss, that's cool. Having a compiler fight, that's cool. Tarkov, you just have thick boys that are tanky with a bunch of like gang members with them. I know I'm pissing people off already, but it's essentially what it is. You just have Mr. Macho Randy Savage with his gang, and you kill them, and then that's it. They don't do anything special. Like Tarkov is more military sim, whereas Marathon gives you that, outside of, Arc Raiders, which is still fantasy, but this is true like space fantasy. You got the compiler. So it does something like, this is a unique aspect that no other extraction shooter has right now. Whether you give a shit about space magic versus, big ass robot, I think they're both cool, but I also believe that people are overhyping for sure.
Enjoy this map, and I think it's dope for the game, but let me re-say that. And I think this map is really good for the game, but like, I just feel like something's missing. And to me, again, I'm just giving my opinion here, I really feel like I wasted the first 100 hours that I played in the game. Because some of you might not know this, but there is 6 keys, okay? So right here, I have 1, I have 3, I have 4, and I have 5. I lost my 2. These other keys are just, just stupid keys that I got from doing it. 6 is red, and it's very, very rare.
Wait, what?
I know players that have had 150 plus hours and they've only seen 1 red key. It most commonly drops from lockdown, so you have to spam Dire Marsh, which we all know that's just thermal scope heaven, and it's very hard to do a lockdown all 3 levels.
It's good to know that even after the nerfs, it's still thermo. Yep, good to know.
And to get that red key and to go in and do a run on this map, to get the red key room, you literally have to clear the whole lobby, grab batteries, get security clearance, do all the puzzles, and then there's a chance that you open up the room like Snazzy Rock did yesterday. He opened up the room and the AI was not there, meaning he didn't get the 6th key for the vault. And then Tyrax's team ran and they went in and they ended up getting the AI on the ground and they finished it and they got the vault 7 first. For players to have to
so
grind
stupid.
That many. I know someone that ran.
That's the randomness that they're talking about. That's bullshit.
And 7 Cryo Archive 5 keys yesterday, and they didn't get a single AI chip. I just feel like that's just you're really baiting the community to play the game that many hours and prep for this map, and then just tell them, hey, it's RNG. And there's people on Twitter saying, hey, we play tested Cryo Archive, and that wasn't RNG. Sometimes I feel like Bungie.
Damn. So they changed it to RNG? That's pretty bad. If people who play tested it said, that wasn't a thing. Like, Bungie puts metrics and how much can we keep people playing a game versus the actual experience. They put one before the other, and that's what kills the game. And I'm going to say this. I think Marathon will die, but it will be at the hands of Bungie if they continue to make shitty decisions. And it's always they try to do something, and it's impressive how quick they revert things on Marathon. You gotta, I give them some praise, but I can't give them all praise because they're fixing the fire that they started. It's almost like they make changes, but they're ready to revert it if it's not acceptable. It's like, oh, we're gonna set the house on fire, but we have a backup plan if it doesn't. That way we can quickly fix it, even though we should just not do that in the first place because we should focus on what's good for the players, not us. It's really weird. The whole Bungie doing things that benefits them and not the actual player. And then they fix it immediately and everyone's praising them. And I'm like, I don't agree on that. Certain changes that based on feedback that they may have not known, I agree. Give some praise. But then there's some things like shit like this. They have done Destiny for years. They know when specific things will not fly. I don't understand who makes these decisions.
He thinks that they're too cocky and they're just like, our game is doing great. The players love our game. We can do whatever we want. The numbers don't show that. The numbers are.
That's when you give them one of these. Oh, Bungie, you're cocky about your game. You think you're hot shit. Show player count. I'm too lazy to pull it up.
Low. It's dropping low every day.
Just go
if you
check
guys
it.
Didn't check the Steam charts today. They were barely breaking 50K.
Oh, there you
all
go.
day when
Sorry, there it is. The best fucking soundboard I've ever used.
Ranked and Cryo was out. I think this map's just going to scare people away. And that's like kind of how I feel. It's like, I know that I can hit up PvP players and we can go get the boss kill, but like, I just feel like if I can't earn it, oh well. It's been fun playing with
It does
friends.
feel bad. Like you want to do the new thing, but you don't want to sit there and call up. You're like, I feel like as a content creator, it's more of a problem because you probably know a lot of people that can carry you, but it feels like a defeat. Like, am I doing the work or they? But then I also have the mentality of I wouldn't mind playing with good players because I've played with some really shitty players. And so I wouldn't feel bad. And there have been times where I've done raids where there's just these god tier guys that are like oobing out of bounds and they're doing I'm like, pull me, carry me. I don't give a shit. There's times where I've had some bad luck and I've said, you know what, carry me. Cool. That's great. I don't care about it.
And it's been fun playing trios, but like, dude, the game is meant for no life streamers that can just grind the game all the time or people that just don't work, you know? And now again, you can go play the game normally and you can go play these maps, but like once you play the game long enough, you know that these maps really aren't dropping the stuff that you need. Yep. Cryo is insane with loot, but for you to just go in and be like, hey, I'm just gonna go loot instead, bro, teams are gonna shotgun you and spam nades like no other. I went up against a team today where they spammed at least 15 nades at us. And hidden vents, shotgunning, it's insane. Like it's not fun. I know that some people might be mean in the comments for this video, but like I said, it's not enjoyable. And the replay,
I think this is the biggest thing. Even seeing we reacted to alligators saying the same thing, and it's like this is essentially what ranked Halo was. Oh, get the shotgun, get the bubbles, spam nades. Like, I mean, that's what Destiny is too. People just been spamming nades in PvP. Like that is, people are going to do the cheesiest, shittiest thing possible. Like even in Tarkov, like people will extraction camp with a shotgun. They'll go butt naked. They'll have a shotgun and they will go ham. And if they die, they don't lose anything because all they did was camp with a shotgun. So like that is like the strat. I also feel like the knife is like no one's talking about it, but the knife is so damn thick. That thing will kill you in like 2 hits. I've seen people just run up to people with purple shields and beat the shit out of them. Like, I feel like I would absolutely, outside of the shotguns, I would abuse knives.
ability factor is not there. I was really waiting for this map to come out to really see how I felt, but I don't know, man. Like I really don't want to do it anymore. So that's kind of like where I'm coming to the conclusion of this video. And the whole point is like, I think I'm just done playing. If this is the hook factor to just go into this map and RNG keys, pretty much you just need to find someone that has the boss unlocked and you just do runs with them to go farm the boss. Because when you do complete a run of the boss, you get tons of loot. Other than that, just unlocking some vaults or trying to attempt to unlock a vault, I don't think players really understand how this map works yet because they're not bringing in their keys. Some people are, but like I'm telling you, just to get, if you open 1 and 2, it's really simple because you don't need a lot. On the keys, it tells you what you need, like how much credentials you need. So for example, 1 right here, you just need 8 batteries and 1 cooling, which is really simple to do. You just fill up a cryo tank and then you take 8 batteries. This, you need the pump credentials, meaning you need to go get security clearance 3, and then you need to open doors, which when you open up a door at security clearance 3, the people that don't have security clearance 3, you just...
That doesn't sound like a raid mechanic. That sounds like a scavenger hunt, like go collect X, Y, and Z. Like, I'm sorry. That's not intuitive. That's not innovative. That's not like, wow, mind blowing. That's just doing quests. Like, that's doing a quest within the game. Like the normal faction quest. That's what it sounds like. Collect X, Y, and Z. Like, woo!
opened up doors for them so they can come at you. But also you need to go kill the boss, then you need to go to 3, and then you need to open the door, and you need to make sure that you're not getting ratted, and then pray to God you get the AI chip. If I would have known that, I would have just lived the first 100 hours I played the game. I would have just grinded these keys nonstop. But again, a lot of the keys I gave to my teammates because I was like, oh, I already have a couple 3s, why don't you take them? But I should have kept them. And it's like, I just feel like it was just, it's just too much, man. I respect Bungie for making something this hard and crazy, but man, I would love to see a PvE mode. And I know you guys don't like seeing that in PvP extraction, so it's all good. I think I'm going to move on from this game.
I don't understand that mentality. Tarkov has that, and it's fine. No one bitches about. In fact, there's a modded version where you can play the offline modded version. Then there's their official version. And I always said it. I think that Marathon would be fine as a PvE only. Sure, they would have to change some of the quests, but the AI is hard enough that you could probably get away going solo. Now, there would be a lot of the map that there wouldn't be like anything else going except for, you know, PvE, and they might have to make some behavioral changes, maybe make them more aware of your environment. Like they can go aggro you sooner. But I feel like there's so much PvE and the AI is no slouch. I don't actually understand, like, just even as a beta, you could get away of just making a mode saying this is a beta, we're play testing it, we're getting feedback, and that you literally let your players give you feedback. That's it. Like, I have more respect for their games that come out at, like, do a beta. And here's the deal. Here's a really big, make the PvE free. And I know that's gonna turn some eyebrows, but hear me out. It's just the beta, and the official version comes out. You might give them like like benefits, like, hey, buy it, you get these benefits for being a beta tester. You get some extra sweet gear that you can use on your general account. But you do the beta for free. You let people play PvE. You let them give them feedback. You let them play the whole game essentially. With maybe give them like limitations, right? Like you start out, you do beta on every individual maps. So that way they're not playing the whole game, right? You say, okay, we're doing perimeter beta for a couple months. We're going to flush it out. And then we're going to do paid PvE $10. And then that gives you access to perimeter and any future PvE games. Now, I know, listen, I know people are like, well, that's bullshit. I spent $40. I should get it for free. I agree. So $40 for free, and then $40 for PvE only, $10 for PvE only, and you have to pay for access, and it doesn't split anyone up. The argument will you split players up? Well, if they're never going to play PvP anyways, at least they get to spend $10. They get to play PvE. They get the whole game. And that's extra money that Bungie would never get anyway. So, and they might buy, the battle pass. They can do what Fortnite does, where Fortnite does a PvE, the battle pass for every mode. They could do a PvE battle pass, which then might encourage other people, the PvPers to do PvE with some friends and then get that battle pass. Like, there's ways to monetize shit. And I know that people are like, I can't believe you're pitching this idea, but I'm saying this for the people that actually would play Marathon and want to play PvE. Like, it's just this mindset that either it has to be PvP, no PvE. Either you like it or you hate it. There can't be anything. There's no conversation in the middle. And I just don't like that. Like, I can shit on people who are gaslighting and being a cult of Bungie. I do that. They deserve it. But at the same time, you can have a conversation about a game that you see as average, or maybe it's missing some things. Like, my big thing is the art. I think the art is awful. That's never going to change. But the gunplay is fine. The AI is good enough. Like, it's not unique until you get to certain bosses. Then it's like, okay, damn. But it's not a bad game. I mean, it's not bad. It doesn't do anything wow. But I like playing Tarkov PvE. I also like playing Tarkov for PvP. And for the people that want it, you go where the fishes are. That's what the conversation here is. You go where the fishes are. And sometimes you have multiple ponds. And so you go to multiple ponds to fish. You got your PvP already. And then if you want a little extra, some extra food on the table, you go to the other pond and you get a little bit more, right? It's really weird, this mentality of no, no PvE. If you ask for PvE, go to play Ark. And it's just like, but why? Just why?
Game, there's really no point for me to play it. I'm not trying to fake it no more. Like I literally wanted to play Cryo Archive and see what it's all about, but if it just requires you to have non-stop sweat team fest, it just ain't for me. And that's all good.
That's respectful.
I hope the game does well, but this hook just ain't there, and it's not enjoyable. Making a game for the top 1% players is not going to last. Sony won't like it. Bungie's
I'm gonna let him finish.
not going to like the numbers. They're going to keep losing players, and in June everything resets and you got to do it all over again. So hopefully we get back on track with Destiny, and we get more content. Pantheon 2.0 coming in June, and we can just focus there. But like I said, it's been a fun ride playing. I don't want to go back and just farm these old maps for keys and stuff and then just go into Cryo and just lose it with a snap of a finger because that guy shotgun better than I did. Shotguns are just so obnoxious. It's all good. Hopefully
It's
you
like
guys are enjoying
Destiny.
Marathon. If not, if you feel the same way I have,
It's like Destiny. That's what's funny. It's literally Destiny PvP. Gotta hate shotguns. No, like this, I think he is a perfect picture of your average, like he's a streamer, but that's also what average Joes feel like. Like he's a streamer, but an average Joe in the sense that people will have the same mindset. If you make a game for everybody, it's a game for no one. But if you make a game for a niche of a niche of a niche, you're only going to get a very small population that's going to get it. And when you're spending $40 and you only get 4 maps and one of them is limited time, and yet that limited time is so soul crushing and the time that you actually get a chance to play it, it's like, okay, well, I feel like I wasted my time or my resources. Like, and you can't just go right back in at any time. Like the same thing would happen with Tarkov, by the way. The same thing would happen with Tarkov. But Tarkov is, unlike Marathon, Tarkov is hardcore from the get-go. And what I mean hardcore is you step out, you could get one tapped by a scav. You don't get necessarily one tapped by the AI in this game, like the robots. But you can get one tapped in Tarkov, and you're like, oh, so this is that kind of game. We're playing this game. Yes. Or you're walking around with no leg and you're limping or you're bleeding. Like people I don't understand anyone that says that Marathon's harder than Tarkov. You've obviously never played Tarkov with no arms and legs, or you're bleeding. You're constantly having to fix different aspects of your body, or your gun is jamming. Oh my God! Imagine if Marathon guns jammed. Holy shit! Maybe that's how you fix shotguns. You use them too much, they jam, and then that equalizes fights a little bit. I don't know. But I appreciate Clyde giving some raw feedback.
you tried Cryo and you're like, yo, this ain't it. This is crazy. Hey, it could be a skill issue. It could be get good. Unk ain't got it no more. A loop just doesn't feel good. But we got some more stuff coming up. We're going to try some different variety gaming. So thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys.
And I really do feel like that's what's happening, especially in live service. Like a lot of people are now trying like Crimson Desert, right? People are trying out this different stuff regardless of where Destiny or Marathon go out. Just want to say it's been a joy watching you. Yeah, like, hey, it's Echo. Shout out to Echo. He's from our channel too. It's always interesting to see other people from the channel across the board. Shout out to Echo. I don't see all the boys and gals, but shout out if I missed you. But yeah, most people feel the same way about this. It's pretty. Like I think most people say it's a good map, but it's also it's for the niche of the niche of the niche. Let me know what you think. I'm Mr. Game Counselor. Hit the like button, comment down below, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.